This is my son Abdullahi and my daughter Selma. They're half What? Oh, you're just a baby? Okay. They're half Norwegian and half Somali, but 100% American, right? Right?
Yeah.
What do you want to tell all the people on YouTube?
You're really cool.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
Assalamu alaikum, bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. So today I want to talk about different sources, different books and things out there for learning about Somali history. And this isn't going to be like completely comprehensive. This isn't all the books that I have on Somali history, but some of them. I'm in the process of moving, as I've stated before, so I don't have like all my books readily accessible, but I'm going to share with you guys some of my books that I have here today. And I'm going to start with one that's kind of more unique that I don't think a lot of people really know about, and that's al-ḥalāqāt al-Siyāsiyya Bayn Muslimī al-Zaylaʿ al-Naṣārā al-Ḥabasha fi al-ʿUṣūr al-Wusṭá. So this book here is about all the different battles that took place in the medieval period between Ethiopia, the Ethiopian Negus, and the Somalis of Zaylaʿ, or the Muslims of Zaylaʿ, rather. And so we're talking about the history of like Ahmed Gurey, if you're familiar with Ahmed the left-handed, Ahmed Gurey. And so this is a cool book. The author, Dr. Rajab Muḥammad Ṣabr al-Ḥalīm, and he graduated from African Studies Department of Cairo University. So it says here, معهد البحوث والدراسة الإفريقية جامعة القاهرة. So this guy's the real deal, and this book is pretty comprehensive. So I do highly recommend this to understand not only Zaylaʿ in particular, but just medieval Somali history, which is what I'm most interested in, is the pre-modern history before colonization. Another one that I really enjoy that I don't think too many people know about that's related to Somalia is the Throne of Adulis. So Bowersock, he wrote Roman Arabia, I think it's called. So like the history of the Arabs during the Roman period before the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And this one here, the Throne of Adulis. Adulis is a port city in Eritrea. It says Red Sea Wars on the Eve of Islam. So this is about the Arabs of Yemen fighting with the Abyssinians, the Aksumite kingdom in Ethiopia, and of course Somalia is right next door. This book's really important for anyone who even wants to understand just Islamic history or Sirah in general. It goes all the way up to Abraha and Abraha marching on the Kaaba, Surah al-Fil, right during the year the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was born. So this book I highly enjoy. I read the whole entire thing cover to cover and highly recommend it. This one's kind of cool too. The Somali Sultanate. I'm going to read the back of it to you. It says, this major new study looks at an African town through 150 years from the mid-19th century when it was a small independent city-state. The focus is the lives and changing fortunes of the Geledi people who inhabit the banks of the Shabeelle River at Afgoye in southern Somalia. Afgoye is a complex community made up of different groups who nevertheless established a common polity. Their institutions have endured through colonialism and independence and remain relevant and useful in the modern world. This book is arranged theoretically, describing different aspects of everyday practice and traditional politics in the community. Luling's prose is poetic and convincing as she depicts the experiences that she witnessed and heard over many years among the Geledi. Her keen observation and analysis is particularly evident in the concluding chapter about Afgoye's most renowned institution, the annual stick fight and surrounding festival. Virginia Luling is an anthropologist and independent researcher. She works with Survival, a worldwide organization supporting tribal peoples. And so, yeah, that's a really interesting book about the Afgoye. And I'm going to mention, of course, the famous, one of the founders of the University of Mogadishu, former presidential candidate, Abdurahman Abdullahi Baadiyow. And he's got his Making Sense of Somali History in 2 volumes, which is on modern Somali history. And, of course, he's also author of the Islamic Movement in Somalia, a study of the Islah movement. And so he was part of the Islah movement, and he got his Ph.D. in Islamic Studies from McGill University in Canada. So, I mean, it's a very excellent scholarship. He's a very excellent historian of this Somali Peninsula, or Horn of Africa, or whatever you want to call it. He's a professor, like I said, at University of Mogadishu, one of the founding members of the University of Mogadishu, from what I understand as well. Pretty nice guy. I've corresponded with him before.